This is a starter off of the motor on my wood splitter. And this is the back end of the wood splitter. And down there is the flywheel, which I've already taken everything off of it because I'm experimenting. I'm going to try to see if I can get this thing here to work. This was a spin start system that they used back in the probably the 60s and 70s before they started all this here fancy brake stuff on lawnmowers, that you could put this on there and then use your electric drill to start the motor with. I've been having so much trouble trying to get this old thing started that I'm going to see if I can adapt it to it. The crankshaft threads are 3/4 fine thread or 3/4 by 16. Okay, I'm going to see if I can tap out this cup here to 3/4 16 and screw it on that shaft and see if I can get this motor to turn over with a drill. This thing was made originally for smaller engines, and the biggest nut on it goes to 5/8. So we're going to experiment with it a little bit and see what happens. I'll be back with you shortly. We're going to do something different. I'll show a picture of the thing I bought to go on this. I'll insert it somewhere along here. But it was made to fit either a 7/16 half inch or 5/8 inch crankshaft. Well, this thing got a 3/4 inch crankshaft in it. But it was made to fit over the crankshaft itself, and the nut tightened down, and then there's a cup sticking out. And then you got a rubber plug in the drill, and you stick that in there and spin it. That's what starts the motor. So what I'm going to do is make a plate to take the place of this thing and put it on here on these 3 bolts. Drill a hole in the center of it and mount the cup to it. See how that goes. This thing here, I don't know how much longer it's going to last anyhow. It's aluminum. No starter dogs are giving it a fit. So, be back with you shortly. Well, I've been wandering around here trying to find a piece of 1/4 inch plate. I ain't having much luck at it. Found this piece of 8. So we'll use it to make us a plate to go on that thing. Marked out here, and then draw some lines. Kind of hard to find something straight around here. let that cool off there a little bit. Well, after some redneck engineering and so on, a little drilling, I've made me a plate that should bolt right up there. Let me get these bolts out. We'll see what we can do with it. Okay, I've got the cup on there that goes with this here starter, and made this plate and got it where to clear. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and mount it up. And the other piece come off of it had a notch cut out in it and a drop where the flywheel's got some ears standing up on it. So what I'm going to do is use a 5/16 nut as a spacer in there. Well, good. That might be the bolt that I boogered up a little bit with a grinder out there. Now then, the next trick's going to be if I got a drill strong enough to turn this thing. Well, here goes nothing. I've got this 18 volt Craftsman 1/2 inch drive drill. It's been pretty strong. It'll carry a 4-inch hole saw. So this is supposed to be the way you do it. Well, the battery's kind of weak on it, and all the hydraulic pump is disconnected right now. So looks like I'm gonna have to find me something a little stronger. Yeah, this battery's done got too weak to do any good. I am down to one battery. It's any good on these 18 volters, and I've been using it right smart on that impact. But it will turn it, so we'll back up here and study over it a little more. Well, after a little bit of fussing and a cussing and so on, finally found my old drill that was fairly powerful. I've got this thing to the point where we'll start it. I've been running a little bit, but we'll start it up here and split a few sticks of wood, maybe. This old drill right here is a tough one. I don't want to do it with the camera on. Like I was saying before, this old wood splitter, I built it about 20 years ago. The hydraulic pump there is a pump off of an Ottawa spotting tractor, one they used to move trailers around with. It's got a hydraulic fifth wheel on it, and the pump picks up the front of the trailer so they can move it around without having to get in and out and rolling up and down landing gear. That pump, the front bearing went bad in it, and the bought a new pump to replace it. We're going to throw that in the way. So I just brought it on, put me a new bearing in it, and then the cylinder is a 4-inch by 3-foot stroke. I bought at a auction that they had from one of the cities around here. It was a rebuilt cylinder off of a knuckle boom loader, and they had since traded knuckle booms, and that cylinder wouldn't fit. I think I paid $35 for it at the auction. And the only new part on this thing that I bought new for it is the hydraulic valve. That's a wood splitter valve from Northern. Used to be Northern Hydraulic, but just Northern now. And all the rest of it, beam was given to me. I used a bad rear end out from under my truck, and it was just scrap pieces, welded it together. So I'm going to do one more start up, then I'll let y'all rest. Last time the engine had cooled off more than I thought it did. It needed choking. It should be warm enough now just to fire right off. We'll see what happens. Again, give it a little choking. Showed itself big time. Learned one thing on that last startup. I've got to be behind that drill to push it in there tight enough for it to get a bite on it. Like I said before, this thing was designed for smaller engines, and we've given it the max right here on this one. So one more time. I'm going to get behind it this time. Well, I have split this truckload of wood in less than 3 hours. I really don't worry too much about how much time I spend, because basically I ain't got nothing pushing me too much. So, but I feel a whole lot better because I hadn't been jerking on that motor trying to get it started. Just that thing's working as good as I hoped it would. And anybody has any questions or anything, be sure to comment. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe if you get a chance. Thank you. Bye.